I pick up? What do you guys think? Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
Scotty McCreery, man. How are you, buddy? PT from Minneapolis. How are you, my man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it.
You don't mind if I have a couple of tasty beverages during this happy hour? Is that okay?
I do not, man. Absolutely. I had my fair share this weekend, so I'm kind of like taking it easy tonight, and we'll get back after for Memorial Day weekend.
What does a fair share of beverages for Scotty McCreery weekend look like, especially during quarantine? Is it just you and the wife kind of hanging out? What does it look like?
Yeah, we've during quarantine we've been popping the wine bottles probably an hour or two earlier than non-quarantine times, and 4 or 5 o'clock rolls around, and you're like, well, crack a beer, watch a show. I mean, that's what there is to do. I think the CDC or somebody came out and said alcohol is not the answer to this. We're like, huh? It's all good.
Yeah, you had me at alcohol, man.
Yeah.
I know, Scotty, a bunch of people checking in from all over the country. Obviously, you got fans all over the place, not just here in Wolf Country, but all over the place. I know you're going to do a few songs for us. We want to ask you a bunch of questions and probably some dedications as well. But what is this first one you're going to jam for us here?
Yeah, why don't we do This Is It?
Love that. Oh, hey, so before you do this one, we had a message. This is a lot of people. In fact, this is the same. My fiance and I were supposed to be getting married this weekend as well, and a lot of people have obviously had to cancel their weddings,
Sorry,
and no worries, man. Hey, look, things could be worse, right? So, but I had a huge super fan write into me. So Kyle and Megan were supposed to be married this weekend as well, and Kyle said we're supposed to be married. Megan is a huge fan. Would it be possible to dedicate This Is It to Megan from Kyle, from Scotty McCreery? Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Nice.
This is to Megan from Kyle. One of my favorite songs I've written. It's called This Is It.
Love it.
That's awesome. Way up in the mountains, 1,000 feet high, there's a trail through the trees to a cliff where Carolina meets the sky. Oh, and there's a view I just can't describe. No, we're not there yet, just a few more steps, maybe wait. Okay, you can open your eyes. Well, this is it. This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking at, can't you see forever? So take my hand, just take it in. This is a moment we won't forget. On top of the world, here together. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, this is it. Girl, I know that you've been waiting, talking to your friends, wondering if, wondering where, wondering when. Yeah, well, I've been waiting too, holding on to this ring, for the right words to say, for the right time and place for me to get on one knee. This is it. This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking at, can't you see forever? So take my hand, take it in. This is a moment we won't forget. On top of the world, here together. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, yeah, well, this is it. This is it. Now you're walking down the aisle. Oh, I can't help but smile. This is it, this is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking down, I can see forever. So take my hand, just take it in. This is a moment we won't forget. On top of the world, we're together. Surrounded by our family and our friends. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, this is it. This is it.
Right. Yeah, love it. This is it. Scotty McCreery, baby. And everybody knows this, but he can't hear you clapping, so mash on those hearts. That's the only way that you know that the crowd's loving it these days, right, Scotty?
That's it. That's all the applause I'm getting. Ain't nobody else here clapping right now. So
you're just at this point in time, you're just serenading some guy named PT. You know what I mean? It's like whatever, right?
That's it, man. He's just staring right at me as I'm singing. This is it.
It's weird for me too. It's like, what do I do, right? In all seriousness, though, you wrote. I think you have writing credit on a ton of tunes and on your most recent album. And congratulations on that. And I think that song you just mentioned, that it's such an important one for you, that and it has so much meaning. What does it mean not only to have that meaning for you and your relationship, but for all these people to be commenting, Scotty, and saying, hey, that was my first dance song, and this is dedication people want for their wedding and everything. Like what is that connection with your fans like with that specific song?
It's huge, man, and I definitely was not expecting it when I wrote it. I didn't write this song for the album. I didn't plan on it being on the album. This was just for it to be. But yeah, to have it go out on the radio and become a number one, and all of a sudden folks are like, can you come sing at the wedding? This is going to be our first dance song. I'm walking down the aisle of this song. It's super cool, man. It's crazy how music can connect us. It's one thing that definitely brings everybody together. So it's really cool.
That is cool. But it's still, you still have it like as yours though, like you're special. The video for that song. It's legit. You're emotional in that video, man. Like that's real stuff right there.
Yeah, I'm a terrible actor, so those tears are real. It's the truth. So yeah, it's there were only 2 cameras there that whole day. Normally with music videos, there's like a whole 18-wheeler that rolls in with cameras and lights, and it was just 2 guys kind of being flies on the wall. So it was cool how they did that.
Yeah, it captured some serious moments, man. Apparently, Kristen, you just took a Nashville trip here this last weekend. Did you check in with the band? How is everybody? And also, how is Nashville? Because we went from tornado, into COVID and everything. So how was the band or whatever? What was your trip last weekend like?
Yeah, it was good, man. We did a little road trip down there to Nashville, and mainly did recording. So I was hanging out with my producer more than anybody. But the band's good. I've gotten a chance to check in with them, not too often, but every now and then, and they're just kind of doing what everybody is, man. We're hunkered down, and we're doing what we can do. It's tough. The music business, I think concerts might be the last thing that comes back from all this. So it's tough when they've made their whole career and they've mastered their craft to be a tour musician, and they're awesome at it. And now we're just kind of sitting home waiting. But no, they're doing good. And we've been a family now, most of the guys in the band, for 8 or 9 years. So it's I'm ready to get back and see them all and hit the bus again, hit the road.
Is there like a, because your band becomes your family, right? There's almost, is there a longing for hey, I haven't seen my family. I just that physical and, that human connection with your family members,
Yeah, I think I finally have gotten to that point where I'm excited to see them again. Normally I'm like, all right, boys, see you. Don't call me. They're the same way. Everybody's like, once we get off the bus, it's just like, it's our time. But no, this is normally it's like Christmas break is our longest time away from each other. It's a month.
Yeah.
And then we get back out there. This has been a little more than that. And it's like it's peak season for us, man. Normally summertime, we're just
Totally
going. We just don't go home. So, yeah, it's definitely a little weird. I'm fine. I'm excited to see him again.
Yeah, there's a hunger, man. I know that, here in Minnesota and Western Wisconsin, I know a lot of people are kind of getting the itch, for live music and to be part of that. And I think that uncertainty is tough for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't fun for anybody by any means, but what is going to be fun is when concerts finally get back. Oh my word! People are going to be going nuts. They're going to be the best crowds ever. So I'm looking forward to playing for them. We can finally.
All of the small things that people normally complain about, like at a festival or a concert, like nobody's going to complain about that at all. Like,
I can't wait to spend $12 on a beer.
Right. It's like, oh, what? 2 beers, $37? Here you go. Take my money. They sound great.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely.
Man. Scotty McCreery, appreciate you joining us, man. Let's do another tune for the viewers here. What do you got for us?
Yeah, why don't we we'll do the single we got out right now.
In between.
Yeah, we're going for the record, man. We're going for the longest amount of time on the charts to get to the top. We're sitting at number 7 right now, so fingers crossed.
Let's pump this thing. People request it. We got people checking in from all over West Virginia, Michigan, like I said, of course, North Carolina. Request it at your local stations. We're spinning it on the Wolf big time. It's a great track. In between, man. Let's jam it out here with Scotty McCreery. Love it.
Let's do it. I'm a little bit of ball cap, a little bit of pearl snap, button-down shirt. A little bit of big city concrete, but a lot more small town dirt. I can see your pretty eyes reading me like a map, wondering who I am and where I'm at. I'm in between Friday night wild and quiet Sunday morning between both. Done after one and keep on pouring. Ain't too high, ain't too low, just holding down the middle. Steady as I go, I ain't all holy water, oh, and I ain't all Jim Beam. I'm somewhere in between. I can be a steel-toe work boot, 40-hour blue-collar mud on my jeans. Then we can pack a bag, disappear, kick back on the white sand beach. I'm a far cry from being a one-night stand, but I ain't ready for a ring on my hand. I'm in between Friday night wild and quiet Sunday morning between. Done after one and keep on pouring. Ain't too high, ain't too low, just holding down the middle. Steady as I go, I ain't all holy water, oh, and I ain't all Jim Beam. I'm somewhere in between. I can see your pretty eyes reading me like a map, wondering who I am, where I'm at. I'm in between Friday night wild and quiet Sunday morning between. Done after one and keep on pouring. Ain't too high, ain't too low, just holding down the middle. As steady as I go, I ain't all holy water, oh, and I ain't all Jim Beam. I'm somewhere in between.
There you go.
Right.
Scotty McCreery. It sounds like a lot of people are posting saying they're requesting that at their local stations and trying to get it up to the top, man. Climb it.
Let's go. Man, it'd be sick. This one, I wrote this the same week I wrote 5 More Minutes. So this has been one I've been sitting on for a while and loving. So I'm glad it's out there. I think it's gonna, if it gets there, it's gonna set the record. So I don't care how long it takes.
That's awesome. I don't want to get too deep into like the dynamics of the album and stuff like that. But do you feel like this album is a little bit of a, I don't know, like I call it a rebirth of sorts or whatever, like for you and like just the stuff that you're doing and kind of the fact that it's like, hey man, I'm just putting this stuff out there and crushing it, and then the way that your fans and like just country music like took to everything.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, it was it was a long process to get to this album and went through a lot of crap to get it done. So I'm glad we got it there. I'm glad I had the time to make it. Glad I got to get with the team, Triple Tigers, who really believed in me and kind of saw my vision, and we were on the same page. So, and yeah, I mean, I feel like, I got a story to tell, and this is what the album is, just me telling stories. 5 More Minutes was me talking about family, and this is it, was talking about my wife. In between, it's kind of talking about me. So I'm just out here in the business of storytelling, man. So I'm glad I got that chance for sure.
And that's country music, right? At its core, right? 3 chords and the truth or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always said it's real people telling real stories. That's what makes country music. So pretty cool.
Did you grew up and obviously had a bunch of influences like in your career? Like Brittany had a question here on our page. Like, of all of the people that you've met, Scotty, along the way, like give us a couple where you're just like, oh man, I got to meet so-and-so, and like he or she was just as awesome as you'd ever expect, and you just hit it off or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a few. I remember the first time I met George Strait, we were at the Ryman about to do a joint kind of show, and I had my back turned. I didn't know he was on stage yet, and he kind of tapped me on my shoulder, and he said, "Hey, Scotty." And I turned around, I was like, "Oh, my word." I was just surprised. I mean, I was like, my name? But it was, that was cool. Garth Brooks is another one. He invited me and the family out to a show and got to meet him there. Then he ended up asking me to open up a show for him in South Dakota, so that was really cool. Beyonce, got the chance to meet Beyonce, and she was super cool. Super cool. She pulled me aside. This was back during the show. She pulled me aside from the camera once they were off, and it was her and her mom was there with her. And they pulled me aside. They said, "Boy, we just love you." I said, "I love you too, Beyonce." Absolutely. So it's pretty cool.
I love the George Strait story. It's like, if you turn around and George Strait says, "Hey, what up, Scotty?" What is the proper response to that? Like, Your Highness? I don't know. Like,
you just say, "What up, George?" What's up?
Do knuckles with George Strait.
Right. No, yeah, I don't know. Whatever I said was probably stupid, because I'm sure I was just jaw on the floor. But
right.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude.
I love it. Scotty McCreery again. People can make comments on there. Again, request his tunes. I think we're getting a bunch of requests. I don't know if you're cool with doing 5 More Minutes, or if you got a couple other ones. I'm not. I got a bunch of requests for 5 More Minutes. Would you mind playing that one for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure we're still in tune. Yeah. All right. Just gotta make sure, right? Yeah, like I said, this was just talking about family, and my granddaddy Bill was the inspiration behind this song, and just those life moments that you wish you could kind of go back to, spend a little more time with. So here it is. "8 years old, couple cane folks sitting down by the creek. The lines in the water, watching those bobbles, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. 16, it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we need just a rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. All the things just keep on flying, right on by like it ain't nothing. Wish I had the pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I did it. Give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turn my helmet in, walk to the 50-yard line. It's just the coach and me. After we lost 8-10-9, right, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. Wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. And all the things just keep on flying, right on by like it ain't nothing. Wish I had the pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I did it. Give myself 5 more minutes. '86, my grandpa said, there's angels in the room. With all the family gathered around, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I pray, Lord, I ain't finished. Just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. And all the things just keep on flying, right on by like it ain't nothing. Wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I hit it. Yeah, sometimes this whole life leave you wishing that you had 5 more minutes. Oh, 5 more minutes.
Yeah. So good, man. So
Thank
good.
you very much.
It's about connecting those moments in life, like you said, and sometimes they stay paused for months on end, like in a quarantine.
Yeah, I'd say we're there for sure.
Scotty, you played Stars Guitars for us here a couple months ago, which felt like or feels like at this point in time 10 years ago. You crushed it. The Wolfpack loved it. I guess I got to ask, like, you mentioned you got some studio time. Like, you're going to keep working on in between and keeping this record going. Do you have some new stuff like in the works that you're also working on? Like, what is kind of on the horizon for Scotty McCreery?
Yeah, we got stuff ready to rock, man. Between the See Tonight record and the Seasons Change record, it took us 5 years to get that next record out. So we're not going to do that. We've in my mind, we've already got the mix finished for the next single. So we'll be ready to rock whenever this in between's kind of finished up, and hopefully it won't be too long before we get new music out there.
That is legit, man. That's good. Appreciate that. Last question before I let you go, because I know you're on a time crunch and everything. I saw that you have is it a golf tournament with some of your buddies? I have a traveling golf tournament that we do with 16 guys every year. We're on year 12. Do you do that as well with some of your buddies, or do you just like to golf when you get a chance with some of your friends?
No, yeah, we have a thing called the State Cup. So it's 8 of us, spelled ST8. And I think we're on number 11 or 12. We do 2 a year normally. This year, I think we're going to do like 10 because golf is the only thing that's open. So
Right.
Yeah, but we're we travel. Man, it's so much fun just going out with the boys and traveling and playing golf. It's a good time.
We've gotten to the point with my guys where like the reveal of which course we're going to it's like the NFL draft, right? It's like literally, we have an Instagram video and the whole thing. Like it's a big deal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, no, that's we kind of just have a big vote and kind of figure out where we can go, where we can get on, and then we just kind of decide. But yeah, it's something that we look forward to every year, and it is a huge deal to us. Nobody else might care, but to us, there's no money on the line. It's just all pride,
Just pride. And are you like where do you fit in on that realm? Like, are you one of the best golfers, or do you have to fight and scratch your way from the bottom?
So we each team has A, B, C, and D players, and the A and D players play together, the B and C play together. So I'm like my partner Colin. We're kind of equals. I would say we're both like B's, B minus. We're not C's. We're definitely not A's. We're just kind of that middle of the road player. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but we enjoy it. So we have a couple guys. Our A player on our team, Will, the guy that cut my hair for the quarantine. He's got 1 hole in 1, and it's on a par 4. He hits the ball like 300 yards.
Oh, I love it. And he's like the ringer. Like he plays with no fear whatsoever.
No, yeah, it's him, and the other team's got a guy named Evan, and they're the A players for sure. They're solid. But
love it,
dude. I could talk golf all night long. You got me on the one subject that I can go for hours on.
Yeah, nice. Well, I don't know how you're doing on time. I mean, I know people want to hear more tunes, whatever. If you got to roll, that's cool. But if you want to rock another tune for us, we can hang out as well. I think Instagram kicks us off at some point in time, but whatever, we'll roll till they kick us off. So.
Yeah, man, I wish I could. I think I got another one of these kind of rocking up at 6:30 here.
Totally understand, man. Yeah. Well, hey, Scotty McCreery, again, everybody on this thing, give Scotty a follow. Make sure to like his stuff. Send in the requests to the radio stations. Let's get in between, up to the top, baby.
Come on. That'd be awesome, man.
All right, man. Hey. Thanks. Be good, Scotty. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Absolutely. You too, man. Appreciate you having me.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great day, man. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Scotty McCreery. Appreciate him coming on for with the Wolf right there. He's got a roll. We enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for coming on, everybody. If you haven't liked us yet,